So today, let's talk about shame. Hey guys, welcome to Soul First Sunday. Have you noticed that I'm wearing the same shirt and everything's the same and I've got makeup on for like many weeks in a row? It's because I filmed them all on the same day. I only had to put makeup on once. And this is the plan. It's called assembly line creation. Ugh, that sounds terrible, but it works. It means you do all the same thing all at once, and it cuts down on setup time and disassemble time, and it means I don't have to put on makeup for the whole month. And I know we talked about makeup and no one cares whether I wear it or not, but if I put it on once and then film a bunch of videos, then ta-da, makeup all the time. But no, not really, just one day a month. So today, let's talk about shame. I've been thinking about this in regards to body image and about how you can be a totally horrible asshole person. You can be a pedophile and walk on the street and no one knows. No one knows. When you're fat, you wear your shame out in public where everyone can see. And I'm bringing this up because I'm trying to get to the point where I'm not ashamed of this. This whole like soul first fat investigation thing is all about me being able to get to the point where I love all this, not meaning that I don't want to be healthy or I don't want to eat better or any of that, but that I just love all this as it is. Doesn't need to change, be different, just love it. Love it. So let's talk about shame. I have a friend who is very big, and she dropped a bombshell on me the other day. She said, you know, my whole life I've never felt ashamed. I've never been embarrassed of my body, and she's a very big girl, very big girl, beautiful. I love her, but big. But I've known her, the whole time I've known her, she's been big, so it's never been a thing for me. I don't give a shit, I don't care. But she has never been embarrassed or ashamed of how big she was or how she looked until just very recently. Isn't that incredible? I had no idea, and I have no idea why it changed. But it did change, and it's motivated her to do very drastic things about it. And she's exercising now for the first time in the entire time I've known her. She's dieted before and that kind of thing, but she's exercising, which is incredible. I'm really proud of her for that, so good job. Proud of you. And she's getting great at it. She exercises every day, walking. She's lost a ton of weight. But it made me think about this idea that you can't hide fat. Like, you can't hide that shame, because the fact is, barring any kind of hormonal imbalance or, you know, other kind of medical issue, we get fat from eating too much of the wrong thing and not moving enough, you know? And that's kind of like a shame. There's people that are disgusted by that are really judgmental about it, and you know you've done the wrong thing for your body. It is like a shame. You've taken too much. See, this is the thing. This is what I think about, is that I've taken more than my share. I've eaten more than my portion, and now I'm fat, and everyone gets to see that. I'm greedy. I'm what's greedy? I'm a glutton. You know, those words like the seven deadly thins. 7 deadly sins, one of them is gluttony, right? I remember as a child thinking, Jesus, gluttony. Ugh. And just the disgust. Like, do you know that wafer thin? It's only a wafer thin in that guy that explodes on Monty Python. Put that up there, link in the description. You've taken too much. You've eaten more than your portion. You've taken more than your fair share. And as a result, I know for me, it makes me want to shrink. It makes me want to take up less room in the room. Breathe less air. Take less. Be less noticeable. And I will tell you one thing. One of the big advantages of being overweight in Western society as a woman is I have become invisible to men. And I am so glad about that, especially in public. Men in public will look, they'll scan the room, and their eyes slide over me like I'm a piece of furniture. There's no interest. I'm too fat to be interesting. I'm too fat to be attractive. And that's fucking fine. Okay? It's fucking fine. Because the nightmare of walking around in public and having dudes like hit on you and I don't mean this like all ego-y, because I hated it. Earlier in my life, when I was younger and much thinner, I got hit on all the time, and I got, people catcalled from cars and catcalled on the street. And it is the one thing that I love about being overweight is I've become a piece of furniture to men. I'm no longer a female of interest. And it's like it's a coat of invisibility. That's all. I don't really have a solution. It's just things I think about. There's also, I have this book. It's called Eastern Body, Western Mind. And it's a chakra book. And it's really great. Judith Anodia, I believe her name is, wrote it. If I'm not correct, I'll correct it in the description. Here's the book. It's in the description. It's a great book if you're interested in understanding your body and your psychology and your mind health and your emotional health and your spiritual health from a chakra perspective, which is what I've been studying for many, many years. But this is really interesting. You know how we eat our feelings often as overweight people? We eat our feelings instead of feeling them. Oftentimes it comes from feeling not good enough, feeling rejected, feeling lonely, and feeling not wanted and not lovable. And the response is to eat those feelings to create a body big enough to hug itself. Your body touches itself in many, many different ways. You're constantly in contact with another human being, and you get big so that you can always give yourself a hug. Isn't that sad? And it kind of makes me feel really vulnerable because I'm like, well, kind of makes sense. So anyways, talking about that today, those are just some things that I think about. The shame, the fact that fat seems to be still the only allowable discrimination still. You're still allowed to fat shame people and call people out on their fatness. Like, I don't know why that's okay. And it's somehow crossed over into supposed health, even though your weight actually is very little indication of your health. You can be skinny and completely unhealthy. You can be overweight and totally healthy. My cousin's wife actually works in this field full time. She is Health at Any Size, I believe, Sydney. Check that out. Here's a link here. or here's what she's doing here. Link is in the description if you want to know more about what she's doing. She's got a lot of great ideas and philosophies, and it's basically counseling for us to deprogram our brains to stop hating ourselves for being overweight. And this is the distinction I want to get really clear about. I want to be okay with who I am and still be on a path of health. Okay, I'm not saying that it's okay to eat a whole bunch of crappy foods in excessive quantities and then be still and completely sedentary and then think that that's okay. That's not a healthy lifestyle. It's not good for our bodies. It's not good for our minds or our souls or our spirits. And I'm looking for health and to walk a healthy path at the same time that I am trying to love myself as I am and not have to be something different to feel accepted and loved for who I am. Just in case you needed me to repeat that again. I feel like I say that in every video, but maybe that's the point. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. This was a little bit of a meander ramble about a whole bunch of stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm desperate to hear what you think. It's all about being in communication with you guys and getting the feedback and hearing your own experiences, okay? So I know not everyone wants to comment, but please, if you want to comment, please do. I want to talk to you. I want to engage. I want to chat. I want to hear what you guys are doing with all this. All right, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.